we're going to be discussing the godly altruism of Francis E. Deck. Francis E. Deck is a lawyer who lived in New York City in about the 1960s to 1980s. He mailed off a bunch of, frankly, insane pieces of paper that have been dubbed by people who follow him as his rants. And we have about 1819 nowadays. Be prepared to be thrown into the local politics of Nassau County, and why altruism is sometimes a bad thing. But I'm not going to tell you myself. I'm going to let the most altruistic man in the world tell you himself in his own words. The godly altruism of Mr. Francis E. Deck. Throughout my life, the usual cowardly, deadly, dangerous, lowly Ginny, not only Mr. Deck, but even black radio station, LIB, New York City, in detail exposed how Ginny Mafia gangsters, Alfred DeBello, and his partner, Mario Cuomo, as supervising officer of United Nations Relief for Central America, swindled millions of dollars with forgery, perjury, robbery, bribery, theft, even check laundering. Wide open, even every Ginny knows. Maroon, mucha money needed for Romano kosher governorship. Ginny Gangster Ferrara, District Chief Attorney of Queens County, Mega Dashur fixes in the courts. Ginny Gangsters Mario Cuomo and Alfred DeBello had enough money to buy and pay for New York State governorship and lieutenant governorship. So in spite of radio, TV, and all news media complaints of their lifelong gangster crimes, Mario Cuomo and Del Bello Maca de Fix, and only Del Bello quit everything to become Ginny Pool Room Gangster. I have no idea where Francis is getting the supervising officer of United Nations Relief for Central America. I mean, I fully believe that, like, relief efforts are used to swindle money to some degree. I mean, like, look at the Red Cross in Haiti, like, and, you know, all those crimes are kind of, he loves accusing people of them, but check laundering is one that he also accuses Jerry Ford of, and it's one that's super specific to him, and that he really likes pulling out on just random people for some reason. I like to think it's because he thinks these people can get away with it, and he can't. My friend makes a lot of notes like, these are just his spelling errors, and that's true, because I think he's trying to do, like, the New York City Jewish accent, but I'm not positive, because he uses words like lawyer-o and much money. But when he says wide open, it's like wide open secret, you know, this is happening, everyone knows about it. And I don't know why he also focuses on Ginny here. Ginny is like an insulting term. It's supposed to mean someone's like a little old. And he also talks a lot about this man named Ferrara, and I assume he's referring to District Attorney Ferrara, who will make a dash fix, who will make a dash sure. And he strongly asserts that Mario Cuomo and Alfred DeBello paid for their governorships and lieutenant governorship respectively, even though they had this gigantic pushback from a bunch of people. And I like, in addition, how he says, like, oh, DeBello quit everything because he wanted to be a pool room cigar smoking gangster. And he says himself, he was just like, I was bored. Cuomo didn't give me anything to do. So he just went into private business and then retired and then passed. I guess that was his entire contribution.